There's always strength in numbers, just like the numbers that come down to Shazam 2. There's no strength in those numbers, but it does tell you how bad it did. That's all I can say, because the numbers came out for Shazam 2, and right now, everybody, it is the lowest grossing film in DCEU's history. Since kicking off in 2013. Lowest ever. All right, so opening weekend, $30 million. All right, it earned globally $133.4 million. Okay, now, that's a good amount of money, right? Good amount of money. Production budget, over 110 million. Marketing, 100 million. Over 210 million to make this movie and to market it. And it only made 133.4 million. So, big bomb for DC. And if you look at the last one, Shazam 1, it made 363 million. So, and it had a budget of 90 million. So they made a lot of money in the first one. This one, not so much. And I know Zachary Levi is probably crying in a corner about it. I feel bad for him. He's good in it, but the movie just didn't live up to the hype. So
they'll make it up on VHS rentals. I think that babysitters are going to be putting their 7-year-olds to sleep with this for decades to come. So it's going to be a slow burn. You mark my words on that one.
It's going to get cult classic status any day now.
Guaranteed.
And we're gonna tell stories about how we made fun of it to our grandkids.
Have you seen it? It's pretty bad. No. It's bad.
I didn't even bother.
That's 2 hours I'll never get back of my life. It was really bad.
Yeah, Sabrina, you just saw it. So what do you think? Does this make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. It was awful. And the messed up thing is that they had a lot of star power, and and the first movie did really well. Like they just dropped the ball. The writing was shit, honestly. The writing was the writing is terrible. It was terrible. Like and even writers. It really was. Yeah,
Pay those writers.
You know what? Whoever wrote that should really be on strike forever. Okay, you should stay home and not write anymore. Whoever you are. I'm sorry. It was just the writing
probably
was
AI.
really, really bad. The story was bad. Like it was just I had zero interest, zero investment. Could care less. It was really, really bad. So. Yep. I mean, I feel bad for everyone involved that they, are involved in a
that they wasted
movie.
Their time on this.
Well, no, that it that it bombed so badly. Like that sucks for anybody involved in anything. You know what I mean? But like, it was really, really bad. I mean, you can't sugarcoat shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was awful. And I wanted to like it. That's the worst part about it. I really enjoyed the first one. But it was
and that was the problem though, is the first one did so well, you expected the second one to follow up with it, but they didn't do anything to really make you excited for it, right? They were trying to tread the same ground that they did in the first movie, and I'm not surprised this didn't do well. There was not enough tying into the rest of the universe. There was never an inkling of what Shazam meant to the larger DCEU storyline, if you will.
That's a very strong point.
Yeah,
but the first one was the same way. It's like totally a standalone situation, they brought in the Black Adam. That Rock did the Black Adam thing, and instead he sees Superman at the end instead of Shazam when they're like rivals. Like it was just, I don't know. I just think it was all very poorly done.
Well, that was also the Rock's choice, and
right.
I think Rock made the right choice there. Sure, as a nerd, the mythos makes a lot more sense for Shazam and Black Adam to be going at it, or to have some kind of interaction versus Superman. But Rock was like, nah, I don't play with that Zachary Levi.
Which is
give
insane.
Me the Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And he fought.
And look how that worked out for him.
It was like a huge deal, and then they both got fired. Like the whole. And I feel like that was that had a bit to do with it as well. Like the
absolutely
extreme lack of success of Black Adam and following on the heels of that nightmare.
Yeah. And the thing is, again, like Sean was saying, not connected for most part. Wonder Woman made a cameo in here. She actually showed up. Gal Gadot out of nowhere. She was there because he was like crushing over her the whole movie. And he's like, oh, I want to have a date with Wonder Woman. But like this universe is already done. So I think people just wrote this movie off right away because they're like, this is already over with. We already have other things moving forward. What's the point of this movie? There really was no point for the movie. And it bombed. It bombed bad. And I feel bad for him, the cast and the crew. And even the director's like, I'm going back to horror because he did horror before. And he's like, I'm done with this superhero shit. And I mean, I'm sorry people didn't watch it.
Probably better suited for that.
There was some goodness to it. There was. I enjoyed some of it. It was some fun.
Dude, it was really bad. It was
the unicorns were ridiculous in it. I will say that again.
All terrible.
The evil unicorns eating Skittles. All I have to say. And you're like, what?
There was some goodness
Taste
in
the
it,
rainbow.
Sabrina. That's what
it
says.
Yeah, there was some goodness. I think I liked it overall, but but there was
The
really
dude
some
who
lot of
played their
shit.
dad and the foster dad was the best part of the whole movie. If that tells you anything, he was probably in the movie for a total of 10 minutes. He was the best part of the movie, in my
He was
opinion.
crushing it. He was crushing it. He was
So for
crushing
10
it.
minutes, I didn't want to slam my head against the wall.